Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, I love this brisk weather this morning, don't you? And a warm cup to go with it. Warm cup of Joe. Anyway, I've done historically my life hunting weekend at the start of this season, and one of the things about sitting in the woods from the early morning when it's still dark until late at night in one spot. And you're always listening, you're alert, you're paying attention to even the slightest crackle of or movement of leaves out of the woods, or the slightest movement could be, a deer out there somewhere, and it's an exciting, aware, alive feeling, even though you hardly slept the night before because you're all excited, and that's part of it, is just being so alert and aware that you just are really pumped about this whole experience. So just being aware and looking for what's going on, what's happening out there, and any little sign of life and that's going on out there. You just want to be ready for it. That's an exciting feeling, and it makes me think of Advent. To be that alert, aware of even the slightest little thing that's going on. The other thing is, you become very aware when you're sitting in one place in the woods, which I do the whole opening day, opening day. I sit in one place pretty much, and I watch the darkness, the sky, and the stars change to a vague gray morning, and then the full sun breaks out. And watching the sun move across the whole landscape during the day, and the shift of shadows and light. Another thing that you pay attention to when you're just sitting there. And I don't let myself do it any other time of the year, except when I go hunting like that. And being in one place and watching the whole, even though it's the same place, it changes. Every few minutes you see a shift.
That would be
Ever so
the experience,
subtle.
yes.
Well, that's what, to me, part of what this waking up is about. Being awake, being aware, being alert. Looking for signs. And what are we looking for in Advent? What are signs that we're looking for? We're looking for signs of what God's doing. God's shifting things. And again, it's not threatening, it's exciting. It's hopeful. And when we were in church Sunday again, there were such hopeful themes of, wow, there's something different happening. It's different than the world sees it, but it's just pay attention and you'll get it. Pay attention. And when you pay attention through the scriptures, listening to the words of the scriptures, you see things differently than the world does. It's not just one damn thing after another, and one more demand of the holiday season. It's something's being shifted.
Well, one of the things that's happening now, we're anticipating the arrival of God incarnate. God amongst us, God within us, all of that kind of thing. And so this part of this awakening is becoming aware of what that is. And as that emerges more, for me, and as I say, the big theme of this whole year for me has been that emerging awareness of my relationship with God.
And God's presence with you. You say, waking up to that. Emmanuel, God with us, the incarnate, God in the flesh, God here and now, in the present.
And there's something about, as things have changed so quickly and in such a, there's so many little tragedies, I don't know quite how to describe it, but there's, it's sort of like, okay, I can either go there and be completely discouraged and out of sorts and all that, or I can look to the hills from whence comes my help. I can look to the Lord, and how is all that informing me? And it's hard to describe the many, many ways that all the stuff that's been happening has been full of God's presence and voice and all of that. And it's just been just revelatory for me on just a daily basis at the wonderful goodness of God.
Yeah.
Wonderful goodness of
This
God.
morning, I was thinking of like looking for even the slightest snap of a twig in the woods or whatever, paying attention, being alert to that. Reminds me of a poem. I can't remember who it is, but it's "Earth's crammed with heaven, and every living bush is alive with God. Those who see it take off their shoes. The rest just sit around and pluck the berries." Earth's crammed with heaven. So it's like it's everywhere. What you're talking about, the COVID and all these things of this last year give us the opportunity to become more awake, more aware. But they're always happening. The signs of God's presence.
Yeah. And I feel a tremendous shift in awareness and all of that to something rather magical and wonderful. So
Especially when it's like, something good. Look for signs of something good happening, because that is one of the signs of the presence of God right now, here and now.
Right now. At any rate, I'm not very articulate about this, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, would you mind praying for us about that?
In my in my inability to articulate.
Yes.
Sure. Oh, mighty mystery. You come to us as paradox, as unexpected, as revelatory in so many ways. What we think is bad becomes good. What we think is death becomes life. It's just such a transformative process that you take us all through. And all we need to do is be awake and alert for it. We thank you that you've given us Christ. Lead us then forward. In the name of that Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Bye.
Have an awake day.
It won't turn off. What the heck? You try it.